All right, lovers of budget cars and bikes, welcome to the Blue Review Mat, as we like to call it now. This is where we basically test out and review all our tech products that are sent out for the channel for us to test. But there's nothing here. Some of you might be saying, well, where's the product, Dan? It's that heavy that I'm going to have to put the camera down just to put it up onto the mat. It'll all become clear very, very soon. Keep watching and I'll grab hold of it. Oh, blimey, that is heavy. That's my hand, that's the box. I would say that weighs probably 20 odd kilos, just from my gym experience. That's a really heavy bloody battery. As you can see, this is a new technology battery from Uplus. They reached out and said, look, we know you do cars and bikes. Would you like a battery? Coincidentally, our Nissan Qashqai actually needs a battery. So I said, yeah, brilliant, send one out. And I liked it so much that I asked him to send two out. Yes, we got two batteries to review. That's for the Nissan Qashqai, which actually does have a very dodgy battery at the moment. So that's the one we're going to fit. This is for the EV. I asked them if they would like us to kind of test out a new 12-volt battery. Obviously, this isn't the high voltage battery. This is just the 12-volt battery. And they said, yep, we've got one. Not a problem. So as you can see, we've got two. I've already opened up one of the boxes. This, as I said, is for the Nissan. We will fit that. I'll show you the cranking power, all that kind of stuff. If I can dig out my top Don battery tester, we'll put that on there as well, just to show you. The first thing, though, I would say is, my God, they are heavy. I was hoping, if I'm honest, for some nice lightweight battery solutions. But no, these are bloody heavy. I would guesstimate, it might even say on the package somewhere, but if it does, I'll stick it here. But I would guesstimate probably 20 kilos, something like that, per box. That's heavy for a battery these days. But it's not the AGM, it's not the lithium ion. That I would have liked to have seen that, to be honest, but I gave them the reg for the Nissan and the reg for the EV. This is what they sent out. Anyway, we've got a lot of stuff to unpack in here, as you can see. So we'll get that out, and I'll just quickly show you the battery. Obviously, it is a battery. There's not very much to say or see, but we'll try to get through it. Christ, what a ball ache that was. I cannot tell you how much of this crap here was in that box. Here is the battery. Obviously, we're going to have to take all this crap off of here. There's a little kind of disclaimer here saying don't forget to move the little red bungs that are in the side of new batteries. And that is about it. I think I've already put it on screen, but if I didn't, it's 17.7 kilos, nearly 18 kilos. That is one heavy-ass battery. As I said, I kind of really wanted to try to go down the AGM lithium-ion route, but beggars can't be choosers. These were sent out for us to have a look at. This is the Nissan battery here. The other box feels exactly the same weight, if I'm honest, and I wouldn't be at all surprised if they were very, very similar batteries, even though they do ask for the reg. They'll just send you the battery that corresponds with that, I guess. There's not really very much new tech to talk about, so we are just looking at 12-volt batteries for cars. I'm going to get this out of here and we're going to fit it to the Qashqai. I'm going to do, if I can, the top Don test on there, see what the cranking power is. What I might do is do a cranking test on the battery that's in there now and then see how that compares to this. But I really don't think that's going to be necessary, if I'm honest. I think we're just going to pop this in the car. I'll show you what it looks like and I'll tell you what I think of it, give you some prices, that kind of stuff, and put a link in the description. All right, enough waffle. There's not much else to say. It is just a battery at the end of the day. Let's get this in the Qashqai. So guys, we are outside with the Nissan Qashqai. It's our 2012, so I figured that would probably be the best kind of solution for testing out this new battery. This is the Bosch we bought not so long ago, actually. It's probably about 6 months old, this battery. I decided to get something pretty good for the Nissan because we use it every day. And what I'm going to do now is obviously change it over to the Uplus battery and see what differences we get. The only real way to be able to do that is by using our top Don device. If you've been following the channel for a while, you'll know that we've tested this out 2 or 3 times now. I'm going to do the battery test, the cranking test, the charging test, and then we'll see what the results are. And what I'll do is put the Uplus battery in, do the same tests again, and I'll stick all the results up on the left-hand side. So let's just see if we can quickly do this test here. So essentially, as before, we have got the option for regular flooded battery, an AGM flat plate, or an AGM spiral, a gel, or an EFB. I believe this is just a regular flooded battery, so we'll press that. And there are our results right there. We've got a 500 cc8 rating, we've got a charge of 88, and we've got a health of 98, which is to be expected. It's, as I said, about 6 months old. So what I'm going to do now, as I said, is I'm going to put the other battery in from Uplus. We'll see what results we get back from that, and then obviously that'll give us a determination of whether one is better than the other. Okay, well the first thing to notice is the size difference right here. I'm going to turn this battery around ever so slightly so we can compare the stats on both batteries. I'm hoping you can see that there. This is supposed to be a direct replacement for the Nissan Qashqai. Now, I did buy that battery from Tainar Batteries. You've probably seen them all over eBay and Amazon. I think they primarily sell on. I've never had a problem with them, but I did notice that I had to buy a different clamp because the original Nissan clamp wouldn't fit over that battery because it was too tall. Now this looks to be, if anything, slightly taller, so we're going to have the same sort of issue, but it's also a hell of a lot wider. So well, we'll pop it in and see what happens. Well, it sits in the tray a lot better, I've got to say. If anything, I would say this is far better designed for the Nissan than the Bosch one from Tainar Battery was. It fits really nicely actually inside there, but it's still going to have the same issue with the clamps. Luckily I did buy extra clamps, so that's not going to be a problem. We'll just whip off these, I will connect everything up and we'll do the extra test with the top Don battery tester down there, and as I said, we'll pop the results up here. Okay, well, I'm hoping you've seen the kind of results we put up here with the cranking test, because that's probably one of the most important things with these batteries. I think we got a 634 with the blue one and a 730 something. The numbers will be up here anyway. So we've got about 100 more cranking powers, as it were, with the Uplus battery than we have with the Bosch, which is good to see, because obviously Bosch being one of the premium brands when it comes to batteries, as I'm sure we all know. But that's the result we get from the Bosch battery, 684. And I think the Uplus was something like 734. So quite substantially better cranking in that regard, and it does fit in the tray a lot better than the Tainar battery, which was disappointing. It's still too high, but there's not much we can do about that. So there are our results effectively from the battery from Uplus. Let me just whip these off. Should you buy one? Well, why not? Yes, it's got better cranking power than the probably top branded batteries you can buy, i.e. the Bosch that I got from Tainar. The prices are competitive. The obvious fit is, well, as you saw, far better as well. So don't be fooled by Tainar saying yes, it will fit your car, because evidently it kind of doesn't really, does it? At least with Uplus you can be sure that it'll fit in the tray. Links will be in the description as well. I dare say we've either already put up, or I'll put up here, some of the positives with buying Uplus batteries as well compared to others with their technology, that kind of stuff. It's easier if I just stick it in up here than try to waffle my way through it. But that has been it. That has been our little test. Very, very quick video, guys, just to show you something that's been sent out to us to have a little look at. Yeah, I'm quite impressed actually. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is take this battery back out, and I'm going to put the Uplus battery in here because I kind of trust it better to fit in here. It's got better cranking power. We're in the middle of winter, so I'm going to change out this Bosch, keep this for a spare, and basically put the Uplus battery in here because I think it's a better battery. From Budget Cars and Bikes, that is it. That has been the quick overview of these batteries. I hope it's been of some help, and as I said, links are in the description. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch up soon.